Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobby Dude 007 channel. Well, we're back on our 2023 small scale group build, 1/32 scale Chevy Nova from Atlantis. Want to show you what I've gotten done, and let's do a little work today. Come on. As you can see, guys, we've got everything, interior, chassis, all of it in primer. In fact, the entire car, here's the engine, tranny, all that stuff. By the way, if you can't tell, I still haven't decided on the transmissions. 4-speed Linko. Is that not just... and I even pulled out a 3-speed Linko. I just can't make up my mind on the tranny yet, but I'm getting there. Everything, as you can see, is pretty much all in primer. The valve covers and heads are in the dehydrator along with the hood and the seats, which that's another surprise coming up. Wheels and tires. Well, this is the stock rally wheels. I've always liked Chevy rally wheels anyway. And I know with chrome it's kind of hard to see in this, but the slotted wheel. And this is what comes with the car, and it's just a factory size wheel. And you know, Miguel with HobbiWerks made an awesome 632 big block for it, and in fact that's turning out so well. I am really not sure I even want to put it in the car, but we'll get to that later on too. But I reached out and I said, man, I've been looking at some of your wheels and tires online, and I really like those Pro Street Cooper Cobras. And how much trouble would it be to knock them out in 32nd scale? And he just, nothing. And so I've got those in now in 32nd scale. And check out between the tread, and I did have him remove the Cooper Cobra lettering off the side. I want this to be just, well, we'll get to that later. But this just, big meaty tires. And the front, well, you can see compared to the stock tire. And for the front tires, I had him do the same thing. It's the same diameter. It's just a little wider. I wanted a little meatier front tire as well. So we've got our tires. And when it came to the wheels, I told him I really, really like that rally wheel. So he knocked out a set of rally. Now these are 3D printed. Let me take them out so you can see them. Forgive the primer all over my fingers too. Well, there we go. And this is 32nd scale, guys. And these are available as well in 24th, 25th. Is that not cool? I'll show you something really special about these in a minute. And then here's one I've got. Let me push it in. There we go. In the Pro Street. Now check out how deep those are. And of course, the front, because of the extra width, he made those wheels deeper as well. But is that not just cool? But here's something really special. Let me pop these wheels back out of here. There we go. These are 3-piece, guys. There's your steel center. Now look at the width of those two, by the way. There's your steel wheels, the centers. And you've also got the, if you remember on the rally wheels, you've got the little sombrero looking, well, center cap with the ribs around it. You got those for the front, well, and for the deep set rear. Well, if I can get a hold of it. But here's the big kicker. So I don't lose these, I'm going to dump them back out and that they're not glued in. But check this out. So you got 3 pieces. You got the wheels, you've got the center caps, and you've got the trim rings, the chrome trim ring. Oh, I got it on the wrong tire there. There we go. And you got the trim rings, and then you've got a deep set trim ring for the back. Is that not just cool? So you got the trim rings on the center. So you got 3 pieces in 32nd scale, 3 pieces. And I don't know that you're going to be able to see this. I'm going to see if I can get the shadow to catch just right. But the valve stems, I can see it, but I don't think you're going to be able to. Oops. The valve stems are right in there as well on the front and the rear. I mean, let's see if I can feel it. There it is right there. I got lucky right there. It's right. Oops, sorry about that. I don't. Light is the issue. And focus, apparently. Anyway, yep, right there. You got the valve stem. Wow. So we've got 3 pieces. These are just awesome. And then in the wheel. And I think these are going to sit right about, I'm going to have the stance sit right about there. Not quite touching the top of the fender. And on the rear, let me stick one of these back in here. I think I'm going to sit it right about there. Cool, huh? Now, to accommodate these tires and wheels, because the stock chassis was not going to, maybe right about there, was not going to accommodate that. And by the way, these things are the only things that are not primed, and they will be before I go to bed tonight. So all of this stuff will be ready to get its color on it first thing in the morning, because I'll have them in the dehydrator overnight. The chassis. Had to make some changes there. As you see in this picture here, took the chassis, and I had to cut out a big chunk of it to accommodate the big meaty tires. And this is what I used to do that. I just grabbed an old bottle of, this is, I think it was the gray detailer wash system. And I just put this on a piece of 20,000 sheet plastic, held it down, took a pencil, drew around it. Then I took my Alpha compass. This, by the way, if you ever need to cut circles, years ago I used to take an X-Acto, chuck it into the big tall A-frame compass and go around, which left a little slant, and then you had to smooth it around. This is awesome. You can get your diameter, stick it on the plastic, you see the blades, and by the way, in here, if you can see, there's, if I can get the light just right, there's 3 extra blades in there. And I'm still operating after about 4 years on the original blade that's in this thing. And I use it when I'm doing tubs or anything like that. But anyway, you just get it on your sheet plastic when you get your size, and then just turn by the handle here. You got the needle there in the middle, and then just make your turns and cut right through. And so then I took it, as you can see this, and cut it right down the middle. And once that was cut in half, I took and glued that onto the chassis, as you see here. And then I took my small level and put on each of the humps. And I just wanted to make sure that it was level. Didn't want to go down the road sideways. So made sure it was level. And then I took the sheet plastic, got my width, and just glued it to the top of that, around to back down to the wheel wells, or down to the chassis, and held that in place. And by the way, I used the Tamiya Quickset extra thin Quickset cement. let it dry for about half an hour, and then hit it with the regular extra thin cement. Usually let that dry about 2 hours, and it's ready to go. And that's the results, as you see here. Then I put my level on it one more time, made sure I had everything right. And now, as we go back to the car, you see we've got plenty. Well, let me take this out and show you. After the primer, we've got our tubs. And like I said, I use this bottle, which, as you can see, that was our size. That was our template. And you can see that just sits right there. And of course, with these tires, we had to narrow the rear end, as you see here too. So the rear end is narrowed. I'm going to have to make like a 4-link system that will go right in here somewhere. I did have to cut the frame rails away that came out over here. And I cut these tubs all right up to the edge of the gas tank. I'm off camera there, but right to the edge of the gas tank. And I will add some frame rails right back down through here, just something thin. And the 4-link probably somewhere in here to hold that rear end. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I may put some airbag type things right here. You're not going to see them considering the way the car is going to be sitting, but I'll know they're there. So there you go. But I think this is going to look good, I think. I could be wrong. By the way, I did change up on the body. I changed up the color. I was going to use the Tamiya Bright Orange, but I really wanted something metallic, something a little fancier, if you will. So I'm going to use the Tamiya Metallic Orange, which is TS92. It's a lacquer as well. And I think that's going to look really good on there too. And then we're debating, which I'll airbrush tonight too, over these two colors as to which one. So I'll let you guys have a word in that. The XF57, which is buff. With the orange, I'm kind of swaying toward this light brown XF93. I think either one of them are going to look pretty good, but I think that's the way I'm going to go on the interior. And oh, by the way, Miguel also got me a set of seats, which are in the dehydrator, which I'll show you that as well when I get those painted. But I'm thinking we're coming along really, really good, and I don't remember if I showed you how this stands. Yes, I did. I'm going to have it sitting right about there. Basically, the front and back, right where the top of the rim is, right about there is where I'm probably gonna have the stance. And I don't know, I may tuck it even further up in there. I'm just going to play with that as I get it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to bring you up to speed on. So the rear axle's done. I mentioned in the opening that let's get a few things done. Well, I actually did before. After I did that, I went ahead and finished priming most of the other parts, which I was almost done with anyway, and I went ahead and did it. Instead of doing it on camera, I don't think you want to sit and watch me in the with the airbrush in the paint booth, so I went ahead and did that. I'll go ahead and get color on this. We'll go ahead and get this, most of the colors, especially the interior, I want to work on that, and the engine. I may get a base coat on the body, I'm not sure yet, but we'll have an update on this again. Of course, this is due in like 8 days, so got to get it done. We're rocking along pretty good on both the Roadrunner and this. And got a few other things coming up too, so we'll get back to this in the next video or the one shortly thereafter. But I want to bring you up to speed on what's happening. Hey, head over to HobbiWerks.com, HOBBI. Well, the thumbnails, or excuse me, the link is in the description area of this video. Head over and check him out. All of this stuff in 1/32 scale is, like I said, available in larger scales as well. Awesome stuff. If you want something custom made, let him know. He can do it. I think that's it. And let me tell you guys, as far as the 3D printers out there, Iceman, all these other, there's a lot of great stuff out there right now. Check them out. If you're not into 3D stuff yet, you're cheating yourself if you don't at least look at it. But awesome, awesome stuff. Guys, thanks a lot for tagging along on this one. Like I said, we'll have an update pretty soon. I appreciate you more than you know. Love you guys. Jesus loves you. If you're not a subscriber, head over, give us a sub, give us a like. We appreciate it. And head over and visit that Teespring store. Well, guys, have an awesome one. We will see you in the next video. See you guys.